In ancient times, living water played a significant role in Jewish religion and culture. As modern Westerners, we often oversimplify living water to merely mean that water is life-sustaining. Yet, if you were to ask any ancient or even modern Jew to define living water, they would all say the same thing. It is water from a natural source, such as from a spring, rainwater, or a moving stream. In other words, living water is not stagnant. It must be moving. They also would have known that living water is specifically used for purification purposes, in what is called a mikveh for someone that has become defiled, such as from touching a dead body. A mikveh was also used for all new converts to Judaism and used prior to entering the temple in Jerusalem. Many mikvahs have been discovered around the perimeter of the Temple Mount and would have been used by Jesus and all Jews prior to entering the temple. A mikvah was created by filling a reservoir with water and then adding living water from rainwater, a spring, or a river to the other water, making all of the water living. The person desiring to become ritually clean would then enter the mikvah, completely immersing themselves under the water, and then exit from the font, becoming clean. Many mikvahs also had a short wall that divided the pool from the unclean and the clean side, the person entering one side and coming out of the other. In Jeremiah, we find a reference to this living water and how Israel had rejected the true source of its purifying power. For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns, that can hold no water. Thus the Lord himself declares here in the Old Testament that he is the fountain of these living waters that purify and bring life to all. It is significant then that during his mortal ministry, the Lord proclaimed to the Samaritan woman at the well that he can give living water, for only Jehovah could do this. Jesus answered and said unto her, If thou knewest the gift of God, and who it is that saith unto thee, Give me to drink, thou wouldest have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water. Assuming this woman understood what living waters were, as the Samaritans still had many of the truths of the law of Moses, and were practicing them during the time of Christ, she must have at least had some understanding that this was a messianic declaration. It does seem that the woman, upon hearing this statement, is confused and asks the Savior, Sir, thou hast nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. From whence then hast thou that living water? The Lord then teaches how those who drink of this well, dug by Jacob, the great patriarch, will thirst again, but he, Jesus Christ, will give water that will provide a well of water springing up into everlasting life. Therefore, when Jesus says to the woman at the well that he can produce living water, he in essence is saying that he has the power to produce life-giving, purifying water that can cleanse the soul. Simply stated, it is he, Jesus Christ, who is the source for true purification. Jesus, seeking to be clearly understood, and sensing that she may not fully understand that he is the Messiah, simply states, I that speak unto thee am he. In other words, he says, I am he, the great I am.